All right. I think we're rolling. All right. Hey guys, welcome. See the view. See the view. Cool. Beach. Nice. 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 Hey, I sent out Google Classroom. I sent out the FRQ practice that they released. So that had the application, the concept question number one, and then question number two was research methods. At the top are the three options you have. Let me bring that up, but are the three options you have on test day. Okay, so option one is probably the easiest. You're going to type up your response on Microsoft Word or on Google Doc. You're going to copy and paste that response into the link that the AP exam gives you, and then click submit. Okay. So during that, you will only be allowed to have two windows open. Window one will be the AP exam window, and window two will be where you're typing your response. Okay, so you won't be able to open up other tabs or other windows. Option two is the same as above, except you can add it as an attachment rather than just copy and paste. Okay. And then number three would be, so obviously you would have to save it and then upload it. And then option three is the handwritten one, and you need your smartphone or a tablet, and you would upload that, a picture, you would upload that as an attachment, and that has to be vertical, and it can only be one page per picture. Okay. All right, so just a little tip here. I'm not going to give you guys lecture notes today. Just a little tip. So the first one, Jackie has been chosen as the lead role in her school play. She is both nervous and excited for this opportunity. Okay, so you're going to be looking for what we look in psychology for: excitement, stimulation, right? And then also nerves and maybe adrenaline and maybe hesitation and stress. Okay. And explain how each of the following may help her performance. Okay, so acetylcholine, obviously, get your neurotransmitter table out and see, what are the benefits of having ACH. Okay, context dependent memory. Okay, she has to remember her lines. She has to memorize her lines. Okay, how does context dependent memory help that happen? Kinesthetic sense. Kinesthetic, remember, means of the body, right? So how can that help her in her play? Selective attention. If she is going to perform well, obviously she will be very picky. She will choose what she's going to focus on, and she will block out the rest, right? So if she can have selective attention, she's going to be able to focus on what she needs to in order to maximize her performance. And then distributed practice. That is actually known as the spacing effect from Ebbinghaus, right? So think about what is the best way for her to memorize, to learn, cognitively speaking, her lines. Okay. Explain how each of the following may hinder or hurt her performance in the play. Okay. So the Yerkes-Dodson theory of arousal. Talk about that, right? Especially with like Caroline running cross country, or you guys taking the ACT. External locus of control, right? So external meaning outside of her control, basically, things that she might not necessarily directly have control over, or at least she's going to, if things don't go well, she's going to pretend she doesn't have control over. And then proactive interference, you've got to get back into the notes. This was a couple of videos ago on why we might forget or why we might not be able to retain information. So proactive interference, memorizing new information while you also have old information while you're trying to process new information. Okay. Definitely, talk about excitement. Definitely talk about excitatory neurotransmitter. Definitely link other neurotransmitters if you can, right? And provide examples of selective attention or distributed practice. Provide examples of the Yerkes-Dodson theory. Okay, so you've got 30 total minutes, so 25 minutes to type that out, and then you can keep working, but up to 5 minutes to submit it. Okay. FRQ number 2, that is research methods. The police chief of Skinner City, yes, I made that up, states publicly that he sees a direct relationship between teenage arrest and the popularity among Skinner City teenagers watching violent movies, right? So you have a whole bunch of teenagers getting arrested, and you also have a whole bunch of teenagers watching a bunch of violent TV shows and movies. Okay, so this sounds, a lot like the ice cream sales and murder rates example that we looked at before. So design a correlational study to research this claimed relationship. You want to define correlational study, right? Provide all the operational definitions you need in your study, right? So all these operational definitions of variables. You definitely want to set out the age range for teenagers, and you want to discuss, what is violence, right? And and popularity. Let's see here. Explain the process of how you select your participants. Okay, so are you going to uh, random sample, right? Are you going to how you select, right? Yeah, random assignment, random sampling. Are you going to Skinner City High School, right? Are you sending out surveys, stuff like that? Explain how the researchers will consider generalizability. So basically, how can you take what you learn and apply that to the greater good, right? So let's just say, I mean, you're not going to get every single kid to participate, right? So let's just say, you do, and I'm not saying do this, but let's say you do I don't know, a survey of 50 kids, right? Or you get 50 responses back. How can you actually consider generalizing that information to the broader population? Provide an example of an ethical consideration in this study. So get back to your APA ethical guidelines or considerations, informed consent and debriefing and that kind of stuff. Then at the end, it's your example. They want to see you take a stance here. So do you support the police chief's claim that there is a positive relationship between teenage violent crimes and the popularity of violent TV? So as crimes increase, popularity of violent TV increases. That is a positive relationship. So was the police chief correct in that, or were there confounding variables? And yes, define confounding variable. Kind of like the murder rates and ice cream sales. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. I think I typed this out in Google Classroom assignment, but obviously you don't have to time yourself doing this, but it would be beneficial for you to know about how long it's taking you. So I would answer this question to the best of my ability. And if I go 35 minutes or 40 minutes, then so be it. And you just make a mental note that you went over, right? But at least you went through all the information, at least you reviewed, at least you prepared, and you learned something, right? And same thing for FRQ question 2. Do it to the best of your ability, get into the notes, Google stuff, I guess, if you need to. And if it takes you 35 minutes, you go 10 minutes over, then so be it. But again, you are preparing, you are knowing where you stand. All right, guys, knock that out as quickly as you can. Email me questions. At the end of your responses, if you want to put questions in there for me to look at, then that's fine as well. But this is a good opportunity to prepare. And here tomorrow, which would be what, Friday? Tomorrow, I will send out some of my own responses. But you guys definitely want to take a stab at it first. So, all right, guys, ready. See ya.